The trust trap. How fear of people sabotages purpose, progress, and peace. We've all been there. You're in a meeting, heart racing, silently rehearsing the right answer to say. Not the honest one, not the bold one, just the safe one. The one that won't offend, won't stand out too much, and won't draw criticism. Why? Because in that moment, you're not led by purpose or anchored in truth. You're led by fear, the fear of people. Proverbs 29:25 clearly names it. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Let's break this down for real life, your leadership, your legacy. Fear is a master manipulator and a terrible CEO. Fear of people is sneaky. It doesn't kick down your door shouting, "Hey, I'm here to derail your life." It creeps in through self-doubt, perfectionism, comparison, and people-pleasing. It looks like not speaking up in meetings. It feels like replaying conversations over and over. It sounds like second-guessing your gut. Again. In business, this fear can masquerade as being a team player or collaborative, when it's actually just a desperate need for approval dressed up in strategy. And in life, it leads us to shrink, to settle, to say yes when our soul is screaming no. The proverb calls it a snare, a trap, a device designed to hold you in place. And that's what fear does. It immobilizes. It keeps you stuck between what you know God's calling you to do and what people might think if you do it. Here's the kicker, that fear may feel like safety, but it's actually the thing keeping you from it. Divine clarity comes through relentless surrender. Enter Proverbs 3:5-7, the antidote to the fear trap. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. We usually pull this verse out when things go wrong, when we've hit a wall or we're in a fog. But what if this isn't just a rescue line, it's the strategy? What if this is your go-to business plan before the meeting starts, before the contract is signed, before the crisis comes? This passage lays out a divine workflow. Trust God entirely. Reject your need to understand everything. Invite Him into everything. Watch as He aligns your life with purpose. It's not passive. It's practical. It doesn't call for less action. It calls for less ego. And it demands more intimacy with the one who sees what you can't. In business terms, this is visionary leadership, not driven by fear, not limited by logic, but guided by revelation. Don't be wise in your own eyes. You're not that good. There's a humbling line in this proverb that's easy to skip. Don't be wise in your own eyes. In today's hustle culture, self-sufficiency is idolized. We're taught to be the answer, to figure it out, to lead from certainty. But kingdom leadership starts with reverent uncertainty, not fear-driven paralysis, but faith-driven obedience. You might be sharp, you might be experienced, you might even be right. But if you're not submitted to God's leading, your wisdom becomes your limitation. Professionally, this means making decisions not just based on data or gut instinct, but with a prayerful pause. It means checking your calendar against God's priorities. It means not every opportunity is a green light. Some are traps in disguise. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the most surrendered. Anchor your identity before you launch your vision. Let's hit the heart of this. The reason fear of people has so much power over us is that our identity isn't anchored. We let opinions define us. We let outcomes validate us. We let applause comfort us. But Proverbs offers a better way. Whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Not just physically safe. Spiritually stable, emotionally grounded, intellectually sound, mission-focused. When your identity is anchored in God, people's praise doesn't puff you up, and their criticism doesn't tear you down. You become a steady leader, a consistent friend, a wise builder. That's the kind of safety only trust can create. Action steps for heart-aligned leadership. Let's bring this home with some practical shifts. This isn't just about nice theology, it's about reshaping your operating system. 1. Audit your motivations. Before your next big decision, ask, am I doing this to gain approval or obey God? 2. Choose obedience over outcome. God doesn't call you to control the outcome. He calls you to be faithful in the process. 3. Build reflection into your routine. Start each day with, God, what does trusting you look like today? In my work, my relationships, my thoughts. 4th, let go of control strategically. Choose one area this week to stop micromanaging and start surrendering. Watch how peace flows where control used to live. 5. Speak boldly, led by the Spirit. When fear tempts you to water things down, remember, gentleness isn't silence. Boldness isn't arrogance. Speak what God leads you to say. Then let Him handle the impact. You are not meant to live trapped. You weren't created to live tangled in the fear of others' opinions. You weren't built to shrink into systems that reward people-pleasing and punish truth-telling. You were made to walk in the freedom that only trust in God provides. That freedom is where the clarity lives. It's where divine strategy unfolds. It's where peace becomes your default, not your emergency button. So the next time fear creeps in, pause and say, I trust you more than I fear them. And move forward, unsnared, unshaken, unstoppable.